From poets now to pitchers and point guards, other positions that don't start with AP. Once in a great while, 4 planets are in alignment with Earth. But this week is a pretty rare for New York sports fans. All 4 major sports are in alignment because the Mets have made it all the way to the World Series. Now the Jets and the Giants are competing well in their NFL divisions. The Islanders and the Rangers are on ice in the NHL, and the NBA season tipped off last night. The Nets take on Chicago Bulls at the Barclays Center tonight, and while the Knicks are on the road at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee playing the Bucks, which means we are ready to welcome back my man, Eric Hicks of Game Over NYC, and he, as always, provocative, thoughtful opinions about those teams who really are, how they're going to play, and how they're going to do. Eric, welcome.
Well, glad to be back, man. And some interesting things going on in the NBA world here in Brooklyn and in New York City.
But first, I got to talk about what's happening at the Sky Dome. And plus, you were like Johnny Appleseed this summer, right? Planning up basketball courts around the city, especially up there in Co-op City.
Yeah, we had a unique opportunity to renovate all of the basketball courts in Co-op City. Now, Co-op City is this huge facility out there, a huge living complex, and 55,000 families, and the basketball courts were in ruin.
Yeah, I hope we can show some of those pictures, too, of Co-op City.
Yeah, the place was in ruin as far as the basketball courts were concerned, and that was where I got my start. I actually went from the streets of Co-op City, the parks of Co-op City, to St. Bonaventure University, no high school basketball in between. So when I took a walk through Co-op City and I saw what was going on, I was approached, can we make a difference? Can we make some changes? And now you'll see some of the pictures. We have some beautiful fiberglass backboards, breakaway rims, a beautiful Game Over logo, grounds painted. And I think it changes things. It changes the attitude, the perception of a community, and gives a kid a chance to dream. You know,
and that is before and that's after.
Yeah, it is before and there's after. I mean, you can see the old backboards there, and now we're up to nice true bounce fiberglass backboards.
And those where when you shoot the ball and the ball comes off, it sort of almost like grabs the ball a little bit and bounces out, and it keeps the ball within play.
Absolutely. See, the other backboards were tin.
Right.
For the most part, they were tin metal backboards, and this fiberglass backboard is a true bounce backboard, and it's truer to what you're going to get to or what you're going to play on in high school, in college, and as you climb up the ladders. So you can really perfect your game. Man, you got no excuse now to miss a shot.
So you got those over there at the Sky Dome?
Oh, we've always had fiberglass backboards over at the Sky Dome.
That's true. I know, because I hit plenty of jumpers over there.
Oh,
anyway, let's talk about what's happening at the Sky Dome these days.
Sky Dome is jumping. I mean, still every Saturday we have our Saturday morning clinics where we have some of the best coaches in Brooklyn from surrounding area. I have Coach Mike Anderson comes in here. Ted Gustis visits once in a while, and Coach Pollard. These are guys who've been in the game, been around the game, and what we teach is a comprehensive approach. It's not just the sport, because we believe that our players need to be well-rounded individuals. We were called one of the best basketball learning experiences in the New York City area. And it's because it's more than just basketball. It's about behavior, conduct, and the whole thing. And I mean, it's full in there, and we're adding more sessions and things like that.
And also, folks who are not involved in the game on the court get a chance to learn how to referee, right? How to keep score, game management, all.
Well, we have a referee class that takes place in there by the gentleman named John Colson every Wednesday night. But what's interesting, Game Over runs the Sky Dome. We're powered. The Brooklyn Sky Dome is powered by Game Over. We started out as an apparel company. We've produced television. We've done a lot of different things. So to see me there and to know that we're more than just a basketball company as far as just training, but have really infiltrated all aspects of the sport is interesting, and it's great for the kids to see so that they can do it too.
All right, let's get here while we're really here. That was great to know what you did over the summer, and I know you're going to keep doing positive things throughout the community. But NBA tipped off last night.
Yeah.
The Nets take on the Chicago tonight. The Knicks are in Milwaukee. So how do we see the Nets first of all?
Wow, well, let me tell you something. What the Nets have going for them is they rhyme with Jets. Yeah. And they rhyme with Mets. Right. And both of those teams are doing well, so hopefully some of that will infiltrate into the Nets system or something, because there's not a lot of buzz. There's not a lot of talk about the Nets. I mean, the other thing great about the Nets is they have an excellent coach. Okay, so I have to find great things to say about the Nets because we don't expect a whole lot from the Nets. So we're hoping that they can shock us, they can surprise us. They do have one of the best centers in basketball. in Brook Lopez. He's one of the best centers in basketball. I don't know if you know, his brother was playing for the Knicks over Robert,
Right, I remember.
over across the river.
But as far as not speaking, you're not expecting that much. Why? Why aren't you expecting that much?
Because we have no idea what the plan is. I mean, it seems like in the beginning, everything was thrown into, the Kevin Garnett, the Paul Pierce, the Jason Kidd, the Joe Johnson thing, and that was kind of a bust. I mean, not even kind of a bust. It was a bust. So now, what is the plan? Where are we going? I mean, there were some pieces. They got Bunyani, okay, they got Shane Larkin, they got castaways from the Knicks, and now over here at the Nets. There's not a lot of hype. There's not a lot of buzz, so it's an opportunity to shock the world, and will they shock the world? I'm not too sure that they can do it.
Speaking of always shocking the world, is those folks over at the Garden, the Knicks.
Yeah,
they continue to do that.
The Knicks are
no matter what.
Marketing geniuses over there because everybody's talking about the Knicks. Everybody can't wait for the Knicks season to start. They said that the Knicks will do better. Well, they won 17 games last year, so you got to do better. But when you have a superstar like Carmelo Anthony,
and their number one sports fan, Spike Lee, who's going to be the Grand Marshal for the New York City Marathon. Huh?
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
But then you have Porzingis, which everybody's curious about the Knicks draft choice.
Correct.
Porzingis. So there's a lot of curiosity, and they've got some solid players there. And but once again, they'll be fighting for a playoff spot. Now they should make the playoffs, whereas the Nets are going to be struggling for that 8th spot, I believe. But they can shock us. We really hope that they do.
But as far as way back in the spring, right? You know how the Mets were playing, and look at where they are now.
Well, okay. So let's take that for instance. The Nets were 2-3 in the preseason. So if we want to say, okay, they can only get better than 2-3, and look at the Mets, then maybe that's a positive sign. You can't get any worse. You can get better. I really hope that they do something and they really start to tap into the love that the fan base has here for that team, because I think they're going to start to lose it.
Locally, they have a local player, right, from Campus Magnet in Queens, who's playing on the
Kyle
Knicks.
O'Quinn. Right. Kyle O'Quinn from Campus Magnet played for a legendary coach, Granby. Kyle, the one thing about Kyle, he's a great kid. Now, I've known Kyle since he's about 14, 15 years old, and never thought Kyle was going to make the NBA. I mean, Kyle was about 6'10", but Kyle's a hard worker. Kyle's a good kid. Went to Norfolk State University. Right. I went down there to see him play.
MEAC country.
That's right.
That's right. Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
Yeah, Kyle, we wish the best for Kyle. We really do, because he's a good kid and he deserves it.
Right. Lance Stevenson is in with the LA Clippers.
And Lance Stevenson is with the Clippers. Now, the Clippers had a pretty good chemistry thing there last year. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how Lance fits in with the Clippers.
You're also developing quite a relationship with the Knicks.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Knicks, I mean, they're very aggressive as far as what we're doing at the Style Dome and what Game Over has done as a company. I mean, we've had a relationship with them for years. We're trying to develop that same type of relationship with the Nets, but the Knicks are very, very aggressive. I think it's the fact that we're in Brooklyn, and they want to have a flag in Brooklyn, right in the Nets' backyard. So we do a lot with the Knicks. We're going to have a very, very high-level meeting with them next week, and we'll see what happens.
As far as the way the Nets played last year, how do you see them as far as what are they missing? What's the missing link?
Wow.
Like you said, they have a good coach.
Leadership. Now Jared Jack is a point guard. Now he's hurt right now. I think it's hamstring issues or something. So Jared Jack is out right now. But just leadership as a team and just an overall direction and a plan. They have an excellent coach. Lionel Hollins is an excellent coach. I can't say that enough. So if given the time, he should be able to turn it around somewhat. But without the players, and if you're strapped cap-wise, because you've spent a lot of money in the past, if you're strapped cap-wise, you're going to have a hard time getting the players here that you need. This is a superstars league. You have to have great players. You have to have the superstars in order to make money, in order to make noise, in order to be successful, make it to the playoffs, and maybe a championship.
Knicks, no way, right?
I don't see it for either team in the near future, but you never know. You never know. I always tell people there are no scrubs in the NBA. People say this guy stinks, this guy is this. There are no scrubs in the NBA. They can all play. So you just never know. Chemistry, the whole thing. Look at the Mets and even the Jets.
And we'll see if Fisher continues to go fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.